welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And a revamped, yes, a repackaged. I did like the One City show, so we've repackaged it, including Art Attack. It's just a place to give shout outs to blues, fellow blues, blue related stuff, general stuff that we all projects we want to get behind. As far as today, it's mainly food banks we're having a look at, all good things we need to get a look at, and any help you can give, support, even if it's just retweeting stuff or physical help, will be much appreciated. So I wanted to do that through the One City show, but obviously I'll include the Art Attack as well, which is all the great artwork in and around our wonderful club. So this one is being put together for the 18th of October 2022. It'll be the first, I think it's the first official one of this season. I might have done one and then changed it back in end of July, August, I'm not too sure, but let's go with it. I'll just date it anyway. So it's the One City show, including Art Attack. Hope you enjoy it anyway, and please give everyone your support if you can. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. I do all these city link things, like a magazine vlog, if you like, lots of different things. So hope you enjoy it. If you can join us, great. Pushing that button, subscribe, and please, if you can give us a thumbs up, make an old City fan very happy, and especially follow some of these guys and give them your support. Much appreciated. Of course, the worthwhile causes, as I said this week, we're going to sort of concentrate on the food bank side. Yeah, we've got a new initiative from the Manchester City FC Discord group. That's at Man City Discord. And it's an open letter they sent to all City content creators. So if you're listening and you can do this, and they are putting together a social media takeover day. I'm not too sure what it is, but I'm sure if you get onto at Man City Discord, you'll find out a little bit more. And this is in aid of the at MCFC Food Bank, who we featured before in this in various shows I've done over the last couple of seasons. This drives awareness and hopefully donations, and please contact them with DMs if you'd be willing to support either with content sharing or any fundraising ideas. So there you go, have a go at that. That's the Manchester City FC Discord group at Man City Discord. And with food banks, I said, involved, interesting on Twitter, a lady called Shannon Fitzgerald put out a reverse, what's called a reverse advent calendar, where each day you add an item to a box, and on Christmas Eve, donate the contents to a local food bank. Yeah, so a list of that should be up there. And the Hope Project Food Bank, we also supported many times, is fully behind this idea at Food Bank Hope, this reverse advent calendar challenge. And they've said, with Advent just around the corner, try the reverse advent calendar challenge. You choose the food items. Yeah, you can do it off the list, or you can come up with your own. You choose the food items that make up your calendar. Help us put food on the table of those struggling with food poverty this winter. So again, that's at Food Bank Hope for the reverse advent calendar challenge, which was first put out or hinted or muted out there by Shannon Fitzgerald on Twitter that I saw anyway. And I say, Hope Food Bank have picked that up. So please, if you can help. And as always, on a similar theme, at feed_Manchester. So feed_Manchester. Who was ever out on the streets on a Friday, every Friday they go out on the streets. And this recently, the 14th of October, where it stayed dry for all the volunteers and homeless friends. Very busy in parts of the city centre in there, on lots of hot food, hot drinks, sandwiches being given out, and all the warm clothing was taken too. Well done, the team. Thanks, Manchester people. So any help you can give them your support. Feed_Manchester at feed_Manchester. Right, that's today's shouts. There's no actual blues in business this week. If you got a City Link business, or you want a shout out, I can do that for you. Obviously nothing this week. We've got quite a busy week, but obviously that is now on. Was on Twitter. It's now been put to one side. So if there's anything you want, just give me a tag or DM me with anything, and I can give you a shout out on here. So on to the Art Attack. And we start, of course, with, one of our main guys, Shikar at SG_designs__. And we're going to throw up the images on the screen there. Great work to celebrate a great double hat-trick, of course, by our boyhood City fans in the recent game against the old enemy. And to celebrate, of course, Mr. Phil Foden's contract extension, which was nice. Great work on our Stockport Iniesta. Phil Foden there from Shikar. We have a laser-eyed, blue-eyed And has he got blue eyes in real life? I'm not too sure. Laser-eyed Haaland in the build-up to a big game, to the big game at Anfield. Didn't go so well, did it, for us or him, in fairness, but that's a great image. And some work by Shikar on the build-up to the away Copenhagen game, which, as I'm recording this a few days ago, featuring art number 19, Alvarez. And yeah, pre-Saints game, of course, Walker wouldn't feature in this because of injury, but he's keeping his eyes on our boys, isn't he, on that one? So Shikar, my thanks to him at SG_designs__. Just a great sort of in what's the word what's the word you use, in profile of Walker overlooking the boys for that game. City themselves, we do feature them occasionally. Obviously, some of our art guys do work for City, but I'm not sure who actually put this together for them. But at Man City, some great work through there, guys. There's this Haaland, KDB, Bernardo and Foden image. No doubt 4 key players for this game, that's for sure. But say some good stuff, and if there's anything good from City, I'll put it up there. You've probably seen it anyway. But as I say, I don't know which graphic artists or whoever who put that together. As such, if it was you, let me know. I can give you credit. Brandy at Brandy GPX, of course, continues his great artwork on all the City games, so you can collect one picture a game, so you can collect all this. It gives a summation of the game, who scored, the scoreline, etc. He's doing this throughout the season, so he's going to build into a brilliant sort of portfolio, if you like, for Brandy at Brandy GPX. And it's City. He starts City versus United with brothers Erling and Phil with the 6-3 win on Sunday, the 2nd of October 22. Yeah, it's just before I'm recording this. We've not had the Liverpool one yet, but we're not looking forward to that one. Well, we are, but we're not, if you know what I mean. To that one when that comes out, that'll be in the next Art Attack show. City versus Saints with Cancelo in flight. Yeah, not everyone's favourite at the moment, but hey, we move on for the 4-0 win on the 8th of October 2022. City versus Copenhagen at home, a good 5-0 win, of course, with Grealish in action. That was from Wednesday, the 5th of October 2022. And of course, the return match, if you like, the week after, Copenhagen away, 0-0 on the 11th of October. Now, thanks again, who's continuing this, giving your support to Brandy at Brandy GPX. And more work, yeah. I've had to sneak this one in. I didn't want to be petty about it. More work for at Sean_C_small s large x small e large GFX and the Man City sticker project, which is in aid again of the MCFC Food Bank, which we mentioned earlier. And this time, this is from Paddy at Skethapic, SKETHAPIC, and his artwork on, well, James Milner. But yeah, we'll give because it's for a good cause, we'll give this a pass. Although he's a bit at the age of 52, he was a little bit of a pain for us, wasn't he, in the recent matchup at the Anfield? But yeah, we'll let that pass for this one. And thanks, Paddy at Skethapic. C at Clay Carts, yeah, featured many times. I do like his style. I must admit, I like all these. Don't get me wrong, I like all the artwork, but there's something about at Clay Carts. I just like the way he does the cartoonish feel, I sort of call it. And he's got a great loving image there of Erling and Jack. I just enjoy that style. He's got a great threesome, Foden, Haaland, and Grealish. And some older ones that he re-put out there. We might have featured him in a previous shows of Phil, but we put these back out there to celebrate his new contract. We've got Haaland in C's own inimitable way. I mean, you just know with some of these graphic artists, you just know their work just by looking at them. You know, a certain guy, not on Twitter as much, he's more on Facebook, but people like Don Grant, who we'll mention in a bit, you just know their style. SG Shikar, you just know the style. And C is a freelance artist who's done work for various sports and available for freelance projects, as most of these guys are. So give them a follow and check on their Twitter site, etc. So my thanks there to C at Clake Arts. Vanandra, yeah, Vanandra.png at Vanlencia CF. Yeah, on October the 14th, interesting one. Did this little one on João Cancelo. I say it's not everyone's favourite at the moment, but we forgive him. He's got that one, which is sort of okay. It's fine. That's fine. And then I've got an interesting take on Rodri as well, with these 2 images with flowers and one that looks like an old church or a monastery in the background. I did actually ask Vanandra.png, the sort of inspiration. Why, you could imagine saying Old Mill or something would be in Manchester, but it's no real inspiration, no real. It's just an edit. It doesn't, it's just background. It doesn't. It's not specifics, but still great. Of course it is, but no real reason for the foliage in the building. But that's how art people work. I say I don't know much about art, but it looks good anyway. So, but it's just interesting that most people do have some sort of inspiration behind it, and Vanandra said, no, not really. So that's fair enough. I'm not going to argue with that. So thank you, Vanandra.png at Valencia CF. Another new name, Busayo DJ, looking for freelance work within the sports industries. That's at bus_edits. He celebrates Foden's new contract with his own style, with his own edit, and an earlier collaboration he did with at NIL Visuals, which we featured before as well, NIL Visuals, on the Algerian Prince Mares. So my thanks to Busayo Ayodeji at bus_edits. City fan, a good big City fan, and I'm not saying some of these aren't, I'm just saying, but specifically as he has it on his Twitter page, Anjali Deer at Anjali Deer, unleashing the beast on our timeline, or on his timeline, and we can share it through our timelines. And some great work based on the City unveiling, of course, of when the old Nordic Meat Shield was unveiled to City fans with his first signing, of course. Our thanks to Anjali Deer at Anjali Deer. And Scott Palfrey, an Exeter City fan, I think, looking at his bio, looking at his page. That's Scott Palfrey, a freelance sport designer, comments that Phil Foden just keeps getting better. Well, it was obviously an unbiased opinion. We have to agree with him. Who are we to disagree? And many thanks, Scott Palfrey, for that. At Scott Palfrey. A new name, yes, and this is in a similar way that a certain style takes your eye. I think we've got this with Tafe, T-A-F-E, or it might be Tafe, my apologies, at AETafe_, and Tafe's Concepts there, and there's one on a very popular Akanji in the build-up to this game at Anfield, and going back one for the City versus Saints game featuring Alvarez, KDB and Erling, plus celebrating Phil's hat-trick in a recent small game we had at the Etihad against someone, can't remember who it was now, they weren't a big club anyway, so there's one for that. And why not Tafe, T-A-F-E, throws in a Grealish and Etihad spiral feature as well, so yeah, so our thanks to Tafe, or Taffy, however you pronounce that, my apologies, at AETafe_. And over, finally, I think, well, I get the last shout on this one, but over to, we did mention him before, didn't we? Over to the great Don Grant and some great design T-shirts, of course, on our Nordic Meat Shield, what's he called? Ragnar Lothbrok, is he? Our version of that. And these can be purchased from Don for £25 each, plus about £4.50 postage. So some great shirts, and the good quality T-shirts as well. Fruit of the Loom, I believe. Don Grant uses this one in the background here for the Blue podcast was put together by Don Grant. So if you want those Haaland T-shirts, absolutely brilliant. I'd love to have all three, but I don't quite have that sort of money, unfortunately. But DM him for details if you've got the money. Christmas is coming up, isn't it? Get one of your family to invest in one, and DM for details at dongrant2003 at hotmail.com. Dongrant2003 at hotmail.com. And finally, yes, a shout out for me, guys. I was quite famous. Before the Copenhagen game, the 5-0. I took a little. I hadn't seen it. I don't know when they put it up at the Etihad, but obviously I took a picture. And obviously it was subtitled "Not in My Lifetime," so it was just a great little thing on the stand outside the Etihad, and I took a picture of it and just posted it. And yes, lots of City sites picked it up and passed it around and give me full credit for it, which was fantastic. Got thousands of likes on different sites. It was absolutely brilliant, and it was also, I believe, I don't do Instagram, but I believe City's official Instagram page also featured it with reference to me. So there you go, guys. I'm an artist. I'm just took a photograph, but it all counts, doesn't it? I'll take that. If you've seen it and you liked it, yeah, it's just very kind to be mentioned. As I say, people are free to use it. I'm not really worried about all this copyright nonsense, but it's really nice when people mention you and it gets you out there. So that was fantastic. So that's it. So that's it, everyone. Give everyone you can as much support, whether it's financially or just by retweeting. It doesn't matter, especially with the food banks, of course. If you give any help whatsoever and do this reverse advent calendar, etc., for your local food bank as well. It doesn't have to be the one mentioned here, of course. But if you've got one, give us a shout. Just DM me or tag me in anything that you've lined up that you're supporting yourself or you're aware of. And, of course, I'll put it out there on the One City Show and Art Attack feature. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in your comments anyway. And my thanks to everyone involved in this today, and especially the artists and all the worthy causes. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.